So today we are tackling a topic that really stirs up a lot of debate. Is it okay to disclose your salary? Is it? So there are a lot of myths and controversial opinions about it that one should say that you shouldn't be disclosing your salary and like that stuff. Sharing your salary is unprofessional and can harm your career. Only senior level employees benefit from the salary disclosure. What are the pros that why one should disclose the salary? Welcome to today's episode of HR Unscripted. Here, this is Yodhpika, the HR partner at Neuroda. So today we are tackling a topic that really stirs up a lot of debate. Is it okay to disclose your salary? Is it? So please put your comment. Have you ever disclosed your salary to your team member or to the company openly? So there are a lot of myths and controversial opinions about it that one should say that you shouldn't be disclosing your salary and like that stuff. But some companies like Buffer in America, they publicly post employee salary. So do you think that that has created trust among employees or that boosts the morale of other employees? I don't know. So you please share your views on this. And however, if we talk about most of the Singapore companies, they don't operate this way. And when there are a lot of companies those don't have, operate this way because they feel that they don't feel same. Like every company is because they feel some companies feel it's okay, it's build transparency and fairness. Some people say no, it will decrease my employees' morale. It is not okay, and a lot of debates were going definitely around that. So, as one thing that for sure that it's not illegal to share information with the colleagues, right? Because let's suppose it's not illegal. So, but to protect that, the lot of companies employer make a lot of policy around it, and the policies is that policy is always around. In some cases, that policy could lead to the ground of termination, right? Because some of the company make the guidelines around it to prevent such conversations among the team because they feel that this is a very confidential data that one shouldn't be shared, right? So now, before going deep into it, there are a lot of controversial statement you always have when you're listening about it, and a lot of myths. So I'll be clearing first these things, and then we will discuss that what are the pros and cons that you can have if you're disclosing your salary. So first is that sharing your salary is unprofessional and can harm your career because some believes that discussing pay can make you seem nosy or greedy because potentially it's impact your professional relationship with the colleague. Then the second controversial statement that I got is that salary transparency leads to resentment among colleagues. There is a notion that when salary details are shared, it often results in jealousy and conflicts within the workplace. It might be true or it might not be. What is your view? Do you also feel the same way? Please put it in the comment box. And there are a lot of myths also going on. Like disclosing your salary will always lead to negative consequences. But my opinion is that no, it's not, because definitely transparent it create a transparency that's really create foster a trust and fairness, especially if any management is putting it very carefully. So I don't feel that this will create a negative consequence. It's upon that how you're doing it, right? And the second myth that people say about is that only senior level employees benefit from the salary disclosure. I don't think so. In reality, salary transparency can benefit employees at all levels because they are able to highlight the pay disparities and promoting equitable compensation practices in your organization. That shows that how well your culture is. Anyway, so now these all are the controversial statement that I received and I got it over all the Google searches. Now I will talk about what are the pros that why one should disclose the salary. So the pros is that first and foremost thing is that it promotes transparency. Like when you are sharing salary information, that can help reduce the wage gap. Like by fostering transparency, it allows employees to see if they are being fairly compensated compared to their peers. So first thing is that promote transparency. When you are sharing salary information, that's really can help reducing that gap by fostering transparency, because it allows me to see if I am being fairly compensated compared to my team, right? Because there are chart, and you do have a market research, you can do your market research, right? So I believe that it promotes only transparency. Then the second thing is that it creates a session of negotiation, that it facilitates negotiation. When you know what others are making, it can provide a benchmark for negotiating your own salary. And this can be especially helpful during the performance reviews or the job offers that you are getting, because you know what the company's metrics are, and you can negotiate well on that according to the work that you are doing, right? Then the third thing is that it really encourages fair pay, because disclosing salary really can bring attention to all the discrepancies and also encourage company to address pay equity issues. Like pay equity issues, we always had this, that women will get lower wages than a man and like those stuff. Thankfully the Nirogam doesn't allow this, because we do have a equal pay for everybody. What are the work that you're doing, if that is the market pay, then please go ahead and do it, right? Then ensuring that everybody is paid fairly for their work. So I think these are the one of the flaws that one can have when you are disclosing your salary, right? But definitely it's come with lot of cons too, because it's in a salary, it's in a confidential matter. It's like ever I share that it's really create jealousy and the conflicts about people. If first con that I would like to talk about, potential resentment. Sharing your salary can really lead to the feelings of resentment or envy among colleagues, like particularly like they get jealous about your salary. And that's depend on the nature of the employee, right? Nature of the people that you are working with. Then the second thing is that privacy concern. So as we have always been seeing that salary is a very personal detail, and somehow some might feel that you are feeling exposed about it or uncomfortable about it, but that can also lead to unwarranted security or comparisons among your peer. Let's suppose, if comparison I talk about, the person is working in this company for last 10 years, I'm working from last 2 years, I'm getting more payment. So definitely that's create a comparisons among the thing. But other sides also, it has one thing that might be that person job responsibility is different than that, and like that stuff. So that's the way of looking at it, right? Then the impact, it impacts on the relationship. That let's suppose if you are getting more than me, then definitely it can potentially strain relationship with your employer or colleague, like because if your salary information leads to misunderstanding or conflicts. So these are the common cons that you always heard about it. So after hearing, what are your thoughts? That should you disclose your salary, or so when you are disclosing your salaries, there are really lot of tips that you can think about. Like first is that assess the context. Think about why you want to share your salary information, if it's to address pay disparities or for transparency, because it might be worth considering. However, it's just a casual confirmation. It might be sometime it might be best to keep it private. So you need to assess all the context of it, right, to help you take a better decision and make a better decision. Consider company culture. Understand what is your workplace culture is it around salary discussion? Maybe some companies encourage transparency while other prefer discretion, right? So align your approach with the company's norm. If your company doesn't allow it, if your upper management says no, we don't want to share, don't share. That's your company goals, that's your company vision mission, and like that stuff. So consider always the company culture where you are. Then be mindful of a time. If you are decide to share your salary, choose the right time and place. Discuss it during a performance review or professional setting meeting. Be more appropriate than a casual conversation, because that is where performance reviews where you talk about it, all of everything, right? And then set boundaries about it. If you're comfortable sharing your salary with a close colleague or mentor, but not with everyone, set clear boundaries at what you want to do. Let people know that you prefer to keep certain details private, or let people also know if you want to be transparent around it. Then, last and foremost thing is focus on the bigger picture. When discussing salary, emphasizes the value of transparency and fairness rather than the individual figure, because this can help set the conversations toward systematic issues rather than the personal comparison, right? So remember, there is no one size fits all answer, because maybe it's work for me, maybe it's not work for you. Maybe in my company it's create transparency, transparent environment culture, but it might not create in your, because disclosing your salary is a very personal choice, your salary. And if the company culture is that they post their salary, so that's the company culture, you have to follow, right? And should be made based on your comfort level and the context of the conversation. So here I have given you a lot of tips that how you're doing it. If you want to talk about your salary to others, what are the things that you need to consider, what are the pros if companies are sharing it, what are the cons if companies are sharing it. So if you find these context okay, then definitely please hit the like and subscribe button, because and I really matter your opinion, that what you think about the discussion. Is it okay, is it not okay? So thanks for tuning it to my HR Unscripted videos, and we hope this discussions help you navigate the complex world of salary transparency. Until next time, here signing off, your HR Unscripted, and please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye bye. Have a nice day.